This is the early morning of the 4th of November. Yeah, I went back to bed for a while. I made a couple of videos this morning at around 1 o'clock and went back to bed. Just got up, which is a good thing. It's 5 to 6. Now, this clip, I tried to post this entire clip. I watched it for 21 minutes. And then when I went to download it, guess what? There was nothing there. So I'm going to play about the first, 5 or 6 or 7 minutes of it, but you'll have it to watch through its entirety. Put up by the Pascal Show. That hug went 100% far, question mark. Eric Kirk and J.D. Vance set the internet on fire. Let's, again, have a listen. You'll have it to watch, and it's worth watching the entire clip.
At 6 a.m. We're now rocking with the dude Pascal.
What's up, guys? We gotta talk about a few things here, okay? I just did this as a video, as a YouTube short, a TikTok, whatever, reel. But I feel like we need to talk about this further because, yes, I said a few things right there in my YouTube short. Go check it out. But we're going to circle back on a couple things because I feel like we need to dive into this situation a little bit more, okay? As we already know, Charlie Kirk lost his life in a very tragic way. His wife, the widow, okay, Erika Kirk, has basically taken over all of Turning Point USA. She is the face of Turning Point USA, the voice of Charlie Kirk's show, and all that stuff, okay? And of course, let's not forget, she is very close to President Trump and the Trump administration. Let's be real, okay? She has basically slid over a seat over and took over Charlie Kirk's seat. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about that. You know, I know that people have been running amok with their theories and their thoughts about all that and then some. We're just going to table that for a little while, okay? The internet has lost their doggone mind. And I understand. I can see why they're freaking out. For example, people are sitting here going, what's up? What's going on? What's going on with Vice President J.D. Vance embracing Erika Kirk? The way that they embrace is weird, yo. It's a little weird, okay? As, you know, if you are a person that is taken, all right, spoken for, you got a relationship, you are in a monogamous relationship with somebody, not like something that's open or nothing, all right? Whether you are married or you are going steady with somebody. Yes, that's an old school word. But whether or not you are steady or married with somebody, hugging another person that is not your spouse or partner like this is very weird. Oh.
You know what was even weirder is the way she introduced them. She almost appeared to be having an orgasm as she closed her eyes. And, the whole thing looked completely insane. It looked like she was having an orgasm. Let's go back.
Okay? I said it in my short, okay? Like, when you're hugging somebody and they ain't your girl, fellas, I'm just talking to the fellas for a second, okay? When you're talking and saying hello to somebody that you know, all right? And sure, you might be close to them to a certain extent, and they happen to be a member of the opposite sex, and they are not your wife or your partner. Usually you're doing the hug with the butt out. You know what I mean? You're doing the lean and you're like, hi, or it's the side hug. You know what I mean? Hey, how you doing? What's up? What's good? Those are kosher moves. You don't see this. Okay? Unless the fella's being hugged by his own mama. Okay? Or a sister. And in fact, when you're getting hugged by your sister like this, you at a funeral. Okay? Or you gave them a whole bunch of monies and they're like, oh my God, I can finally pay rent and feed my kids. Thank you, big brother. Big old embrace, right? You just saved the day, right? You're not hugging your own sister this way. Maybe your mama, but your sister, you're hugging because you just lost somebody you love. It's funeral time. You feel me? So when you see something like this is weird, but the internet is reacting to this big time. Everybody's going, oh snap. Man, I saw a meme. I wish I could find it. I should have found it before I went live. But there's a meme where people are like, somebody said, wait for it. In 2028, he will be divorced from Usha and be married to Erika Kirk just in time for him to run for the president slot in 2028. I mean, that is absolutely insane. The fact that people are even entertaining this stuff in their minds. Okay. Yes, I'm going to say right off the bat. Okay. The embrace is weird. It is weird. I've already said it. The embrace is mother loving weird. I would not even hug. No. My life would be over if I hugged somebody that was not my partner. You see what I'm saying? I already know it. I already know. You know what I mean? And I can see it already. I can see my future after I hugged the likes of any person like JD Vance did with Erika Kirk. You want to know what that future looks like? Dark. It's black. It's completely black. Why? Because I'm in a coffin 6 feet under in me dead. You see what I'm saying? So this is some very interesting stuff here. All right. There's a few things that we got to talk about here before we jump into this embrace. Okay. First and foremost, JD Vance has been saying some things that people have been feeling some type of way about, because again, before he even met his wife, his beautiful, talented, intelligent wife, Usha, he claims to have been atheist. Right. And then later on in 2018, that's when he found Christ, which I feel is a little bit choreographed, but that's just me. All right. Suddenly he is about God and Christ at that particular time. And then guess what? A few years later, he becomes the vice president of the United States.
Did you know that when J.D. Vance was young, he was confused about being a boy? He actually thought he was a girl. I mean, this guy is a complete effing basket case. And he's going to be the next president once Trump either dies or who knows what happens to him. Anyway, watch the rest of the clip. I've only played about 6 minutes of this. I don't want to go through the whole thing again and possibly have a crash. But it's rather interesting. You'll hear her say those words, you know. I'm blessed to be able to introduce JD Vance, the Vice President JD Vance. And again, to me, it looks like she's having an orgasm. I'll attach the link. Pass it along, and thanks for listening.